You heard from Ms. Tlaib, her saying what I said, which is she's trying to make a larger point. It was not just to visit her grandmother. She wanted to make a larger point. Was it wise for Israel to allow her to make a big point by excluding her?
The BDS movement is closely tied.
BDS is the boycott,
divestment and sanction movement. Is closely aligned with the terror organizations. They're funded the same. They have the same goal. When I was in San Francisco State, I was hustled by BDS people that sang, "From the river to the sea, Palestine should be free," which is, we want to demolish and get rid of Israel. And they are a very, very serious threat long-term to Israel. And Israel has the right to defend itself. It has nothing to do with the fact that they are congresswomen. It has a lot to do with the fact that they are part of BDS, which we have a law in Israel. The BDS supporters and BDS partners cannot enter the state of Israel.
So there's no question Israel has a right to defend itself. But does it have a right to defend itself from speech? Because that's basically what they're going to do, is they're going to talk. And normally in this country, at least, we think, you know, the remedy for bad speech is more speech, not less speech.
Well, just President Obama, when he was president, he denied entry to an Israeli parliament member called Michael Ben-Ari. He's perceived to be a racist, and American interest very, very clearly stated that he will not be allowed entry to the United States. It's exactly the mirror image. We respected America's ideology and understanding, and similarly, we expect our friends, our democratic friends, to understand that if they're associated with the boycott and distribution and the BDS movement, they will not allow entry to Israel. That's our policies.
Does this issue loom large in the ongoing election campaigns over there right now? You're about to have an election in September, another election. Is this an issue, this exclusion of congresspeople, or is this really a U.S. issue?
I think it is an Israeli-American relationship sort of issue, if you're asking me. It has nothing to do with elections in Israel. And the idea that we have a law and we do not allow people that are very, very proactive in BDS, they're our enemies. They are calling for destruction of our country, and we deny entry to these people. It's very simple as that. Nothing more than, nothing but a security of Israel.